Hey guys, we're live and it is Wellness Wednesday. So what happens on Wellness Wednesday? I talk to you about some healthcare topic, and today's topic is fire safety in the home, and it's time to check your smoke alarm. Smoke alarm, smoke alarm. So stay tuned so you can hear just a little bit about that. Welcome to This and That with Denise Jordan. I teach women to make wise home health and beauty decisions. So if you want to learn more about running a household, subscribe. Or if you want to learn about products that can benefit you in your home, subscribe, because I do videos about those topics all the time. So make sure that you hit that subscribe button and definitely hit that little bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And of course, check out the show notes so that you can see my favorite housekeeping and gardening solutions. So now that I am on, I just thought I better get my glasses on because I've already seen one person pop up to say hi and I couldn't read their name. So let me switch to my computer glasses so that I can see who's popping in to say hello. So now let me just tell you a little bit about Wellness Wednesday. One of the things that I try to do on Wellness Wednesdays, and I don't have one every week, but what I like to try to do is present to you a topic that can benefit you in your home, that can make you healthier in some way. And since the time just changed on Sunday, it is a perfect time to talk about smoke alarms. And why do we want to talk about it when the time changes? Well, this is the thing. It is encouraged that you change your batteries once or twice a year in your smoke alarm if you use the alkaline type batteries. And a good time to remember that is when the time changes. So when it's time when the time changes and you're in the area and around the country, of course, then that's a good time to check it. So I did get my smoke alarm down, and I told my husband, let's take a look at our smoke alarm because it's time to change the batteries. And we took a look at it, and what we found is that you can't change the batteries in this one. And I remember when I did a video, two videos a while back, and what I did was, the first video I shared how we had a kitchen fire and that the smoke alarm didn't go off. And my question was, why didn't the smoke alarm go off? And so what I did was I got to check around and found out that in one of them the battery had died, and in the other one the electrical wiring had gone kaput. So we had to replace both of them. And I did a little research, and one of the things that I learned was that you needed to replace the batteries in most smoke alarms twice a year, and that you should swap out the smoke alarm every 10 years. And so when I got ready to change the batteries in this one, and this is the one that we swapped out last year, at Christmas time last year, so it was about December 26th when we did that, because we had a fire in the kitchen on Christmas Day when we were having a bunch of people coming over. Yes. So anyway, one of the things that I learned was that you are to check the batteries twice a year. And so let me show you how to do that. So here's the smoke alarm here, and if you look here, there's a little button right here that you push, and you push that to test the alarm. And then there's another little button right below it that you push to hush the alarm. So now let's give it a test. There's one little beep. And then you push the button at the bottom to hush it. And I tell you what, no matter how many times I check it, I push it that first time and then I kind of wait, and I'm always startled when it goes off the second time. So now, that sound is quite annoying, and it is meant to be annoying because it is meant to have you pay attention to it. Now, let me tell you about this particular smoke alarm. This is a kid smoke alarm, and this particular one, we don't change the batteries every year. This one, they have lithium batteries in it, and the batteries are guaranteed for 10 years. So when it's time to replace the battery, it'll be time to replace the smoke alarm. So I kept thinking, well, something's wrong with that picture, because I remember when I did my research last year, and the U.S. Fire Administration and all the different things I read said to swap out those batteries. So I called KID and spoke to Sandra at the customer service center, and she said, well, it depends upon what kind of model you have. If you have this particular model, or those with a lithium type battery, and this one is model I9010 with it's an ionization smoke alarm. In this particular one, it lasts 10 years, and the battery in it is supposed to last 10 years. And then when it's time to replace the battery, you just swap out the whole smoke alarm. But you are supposed to test this one weekly, which I must admit I've not been doing. I do try to remember to check it every month or every other month, but you are to test the ones that you don't swap the batteries out weekly. If you have those with an alkaline battery, then those you do swap out about every 6 months to a year. Now let me direct you back to the videos that I did previously. So last year when I worked on this, well actually I guess it was March of 2018, I issued a challenge to actually put together a fire safety plan, evacuation plan for your home and for your family. And in that video, I called it the Love Your Family Safety Challenge Open Collaboration Invitation. And I had a lot of people who jumped in on that. So I will link that video below. I also had a video telling about our grease fire and everything that went along with that, and I'll link that video below. But the important thing is that I also linked the National Fire Protection Association on how to create a family escape plan, as well as the National Fire Prevention Association with basic information for smoke alarms and that kind of thing in your home. And then Allstate has a great resource, and I'm not promoted by Allstate or anything like that, but they had a great resource on smoke detectors. So I will link all of those below, and then hopefully you will check those out and do what you need to do. Now, the other thing is, if you do have to swap out your smoke alarm, or if you have to swap out the batteries, time change is considered a good time to do that, because the time change comes like every 6 months. We go through that process. So that's why that's considered a good time to do that. So that is it. That is my information that I wanted to pass on to you today for Wellness Wednesday. And let me just also share that one of my subscribers had asked about if I could present something about having a healthy back. And I do. I spoke with a physical therapist last week, and I'm going to be putting that video together in the next week or so and getting that uploaded, and then also showing some of the exercises that he suggested on how to have a healthy back. So there's that's going to be coming up. And there's a couple other topics that I'm going to be working on. I was talking to some of my colleagues, and we were talking about what would be some good topics to present. So keep in mind that I won't always have a Wellness Wednesday every week, because these particular segments do take more work and research. So there's that. And then also I just want to let you know is that on Saturday the 10th is the Dishes Display for Small Spaces collaboration that I am hosting with Lori at Creative Lori and Zane at Home with Zane. So you guys be sure and check in and check us out there as well. So that is it for now from Denise at This and That with Denise. If you have any questions about smoke safety, if you have any questions about how to keep your family safe in regards to using smoke alarms, please leave me a comment in the comment section, and I'll get back to you and I'll answer you as best as I can. But certainly do your due diligence and take a look at the resources that I've linked with you below. And one of the things that I did find when I was looking at fire prevention technology, it looks like KID is one of the leading resources in that regard, because they have their own website, and they have lots of products, smoke extinguishers and fire extinguishers and just all kinds of stuff. So be sure and check all that out. So now, just so you know, I've managed a home for more than 45 years. I've raised 3 children, and I'm a nurse by profession. So if you want to know more about running a household, cooking and cleaning and laundry and health and beauty, and this is our health segment, subscribe. I would love to have you as a member of the TNT community. In the meantime, this is Denise Jordan saying goodbye. I will see you in the next video. Oh, and before I go, I meant to say, in case you're wondering, okay, so you're a nurse, you're not a fireman, why are you talking about fire safety? Well, we were having a conversation in class today with my students, and I was talking about Healthy People 2020. And Healthy People 2020 is like the blueprint or the guide for our nation's health. And if you look at Healthy People 2020, you will find something in there about injury prevention and something related to decreasing the number of deaths due to fire in the home, so home safety, that kind of thing. So it is a community health problem, which means it's a nursing problem, which is why I bring you some of the topics that I do. So now I'm going to wrap this up.